A lot of people dread Mondays, but I actually look forward to them. Here is how I have rewired my mind to make Monday my most favorite day of the week and also my most productive day. And no longer on Sundays do I dread what's coming next. I actually can barely sleep because I'm so excited for it. I showed up at this location 30 minutes ago, set to record this video, and realized I didn't put a card in my camera. That's an easy moment to go, oh, Mondays. That's also an easy moment to go, I quit, I'm not gonna do this, I'll do something that's easier. That's where people get Monday wrong. Like, it's not Monday that made me forget my card. It's not a perfect time to just quit and go, well, it didn't work out. I'm just getting started. And when you get started, you gotta stretch, you gotta warm up. So I made a couple of mistakes out of the gate. That's all right. It just gave me more time to get my mind focused on what it was I needed to do. But I only let it push me forward. I didn't let any of this hold me back. And essentially, many people's mindset is what holds them back on Monday. Or let's just use Monday for this conversation as a metaphor for getting started. Because I know if you're a tattoo artist or a hairdresser, Monday is actually Tuesday. So don't get locked up on the day. Think of Monday as a metaphor for starting. But I guess a big starting point for this mindset shift, and really only you can answer this question, but if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, something that you love, something you're passionate about, then every day should feel like progress, not a punishment. Because starting off your week and your mind is like, oh, it's a grind. I can't believe I got to do this all over again. That's no way to start. That's essentially a false start because you're already stopping yourself before you give yourself the ability to actually start. Mondays, or really any day, should be seen as another chance to do what matters most to you. So one of the reasons why I like this day so much is I see it as a clean start, a do-over, a reboot, another chance to do what I love and to do so without all the penalties that were there last week, just wiped off the board. It's a new shot at doing you. And I really see it as a psychological reset button. I mean, it's a blessing to have another Monday because it means that you've been given the opportunity to take another shot at doing something that's meaningful. And for those of us that get weekends off, Monday is actually your most powerful day of the week because technically you should be well rested from the time off, the mental space away. Like, this is the day where I try to do the most difficult things that I have on my list for the entire week. And that's simply because if you show up with the maximum amount of energy and you get the most difficult thing done first, essentially the rest of your week should get easier and easier as you start to feel more and more fatigued. I look at it like it starts out here and you kind of just dip down. So here is where I'm at today, and this is my favorite spot to be. But I also think as I talk to a lot of people, they either zoom too far into the timeline of their life or they zoom too far out, kind of missing the picture of what's happening in the week to week, month to month. I try to live in 3 different timelines. I try to always think about the 5-year plan, what everything I'm doing now, how does it relate to where I want to be 5 years from now? And then I also am constantly looking at the medium view or the medium shot. What are my goals for this month? Like, how can I start July in one spot and end up someplace much different by August 1st? And then on the very, very short term, what does today have to do with this week? Like, today is the start of another week. Where can I go and get to by Friday that will get me closer to that August 1st date that fits inside of the 5-year plan? I just see everything as one small step forward. Therefore, never putting too much pressure on any in particular piece of the process because it's just all one small movement. So this makes Monday, today, the anchor point for where all 3 of these timelines come together. I don't know. Might not make sense to you, but for me, it just makes everything a lot less pressure, makes everything feel like a free roll, and it just makes it like an easy to manage mindset. And really, that's what life is about, trying to make every day feel a little bit easier than the one before. Because let's be honest, starting is really intimidating. If you're an artist, a blank canvas, when you first start out, is very intimidating. If you're a writer, a new notebook, what do I write in the first page because this will define me forever? It's very intimidating. But once you have a plan, once you've designed what your lifestyle is, and you've created a style guide for your life, then starting is empowering because it's a chance to get closer to where you want to be. So I remember back in the day when I was first starting my career in design, I would finally get that Saturday off where I could just do whatever I wanted to do for me. And then suddenly I was hit with, but what do I do for me? What is my style? What is my voice? Once you establish that, then every day, every project, every hour is an opportunity to get a little bit closer to where you want to go. So really, it is phenomenally a mind shift of seeing everything as a blessing and not looking at it as a curse. So ultimately, the reason why I love the beginning of the week is I love life. I love all the projects I'm doing and all of the people that I'm doing them with. So therefore, it's just like, here it is. We're here. We're ready to go. I'm not going to say it was always that way, but that was me masking a lot of my own personal dread and insecurities and blaming them on exterior sources when really I was the source of everything that was making me miserable. So I don't know if this helps at all, but I get a lot of stuff done in any one work week, more than most folks that I know. None of it has made me wealthy. None of it has made me rich. I don't see money as the ultimate goal. I've always been on a pursuit of professional and personal happiness. And it has a really interesting way of getting you where you need to be, meeting all the people that you need to know, and ultimately accomplishing everything you need to do to grow. I didn't start off rich. I started at the bottom of the middle. And I have found a way to have what I would think is a completely rich and wealthy lifestyle. And if that finds its way to money, awesome. I'll welcome it. But if it just means a life worth living, that sounds like a sweet deal too. It's also now raining, which is another great excuse to just be like, oh, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to do it. Or it's a great excuse to dig down deeper and find a different spot. I mean, life is perspective. I'm showing you guys this side of where I'm walking, but this is the other reality of where I'm at. It's all about what you decide to see, what you decide to share, and what you decide to pursue. A lot of people play the victim, but we are way, way more in control of our own destiny than what most folks will ever actually believe. I'm telling you, time and time again, I've reinvented myself. I have found new things to fall in love with. And I don't ever look at letting go of something in the past as a failure. I look at it as closing a chapter and starting a new one. Just because you start in some spot in life doesn't mean you have to stay in that exact same spot. That's not what I believe. That's not what I've done. Once again, perspective is everything. I'm just walking on the backside of a giant shopping plaza that happens to sit on the bay. If I show you the mall, it looks shitty. If I show you the bay, it looks glamorous. Perspective. Do I live in this seaside community? Absolutely not. Can I use it as my backdrop? Absolutely yes. So does it make you feel different about today's video, knowing that it was filmed behind a closed Buffalo Wild Wings? So very busy day today. Would have been very easy to say, don't have time for a video. But no, I thought of a video to do, something that's important to me, something I wanted to share, something that was already on my list of ideas, but would work into the day that I had. And I figured out I could do it when I went to go get my morning coffee. And the reason why I'm filming today and releasing this morning and then filming another video for tomorrow is because I wanted to take Sunday off and spend it with my wife. You can have it all if you just really work on having a plan. Thank you so much for showing up. Hope you enjoyed this different kind of video. I'm off to conquer something I've never done before, and I cannot wait to share it with you tomorrow, because today is definitely a wild Monday, full of first times and things. I'm like, yeah, I'll do this when the day is right. I'll do it. I'm in no rush. Turns out today's that day.